Good afternoon, everybody. Uneducated Economist here. Got a mail call video for you, so I thought I'd open up the mail here at the end of the video. Got a little bit of a different kind of video for you guys today. Now, I am always amazed by some of the stuff that comes up in my Google feed, especially after having a conversation with, friends or family. You will find that Google has been listening and will start feeding you articles having to deal with that particular topic. And now, the other day, I was joking around with the family saying that I don't have any friends. Like, I don't have any friends like I used to have. Like, there was a time when people would come by and visit and call me on the phone, and I kind of lost touch with all my friends. And now you think you got family and you got work, and, if you're like me and you went into recovery, you end up like, kind of disassociating yourself with some of the people that are still engaged in some of the behaviors you're trying to avoid, and you realize, man, I just don't have anybody close to me anymore. And I thought, well, I know a lot of people. Like I know a lot of people. Like I work at a store in a small town, and half the people who come through the door, I can call them by their first name. Like I know a lot of people. But when it came time to moving a washer and dryer, I had to go find one of the filling empty bellies to help me because I couldn't think of anybody to call. The few people I could think of, well, they had jobs and they were at work. And I was amazed, like, during my move, because I was right on a busy street when I was moving from, the old house to the new one. I was amazed on how many people, like, said something. Hey, saw you moving, man. How's things going? Going real good, bro. Yeah. Saw me. Didn't stop to help, but that's cool. I might have not stopped either. Who knows? But then I was amazed by a couple of people who did stop. People I wasn't expecting. They were like, hey, man, I saw you moving here and just wondering if I could offer up a hand. People out of the blue that I would never have anticipated, like, stopping. And they did. Well, it really kind of goes to show, like, how big of a network you really have. Like, how tight knit is that network? I mean, you might know a lot of people, but is there a lot of people that you really know? Like, can you call in the middle of the night, help you out, the flat tire in the middle of the rain? Do you have anybody like that in your life? I have to ask myself, it was just like, man, I kind of do. Like, I mean, I would feel really bad about asking them, but is there anybody in your life you wouldn't feel bad about asking them? It was just like, no, dude, I need help. You need to come get me right now. I mean, it's a pretty tight connection. I don't feel I have that. And I don't feel like sad about it, like, oh, poor me. It was just more of like, it just kind of came. Like, it just all of a sudden I realized it. Like, what happened? Sometimes I think, like, well, maybe you have a tighter connection with people before when you're, like, in need, like, before you start building your family and having some sort of success from it. You rely on your friends. You need them. You need that tighter network. You might not have a vehicle. You might need to rely on a buddy to catch a ride with them to work, or maybe your lawnmower broke and you need to borrow the neighbor's lawnmower. And you got to be friends with them in order to have that kind of connection, in order to borrow their equipment. But as you become more successful in life, you have a tendency to maybe not rely on anybody for anything like that because you don't really need to. And so I wonder, it's just like, does becoming successful kind of lead you into being in a state of loneliness, as the need for having friends to make your life easier, or just to, get through life, is no longer as much of a necessity? And then I think, like, is it almost instinctual for, like, men to be almost in a loneliness kind of atmosphere? I think about some of the times that I was, like, hunting and fishing. And sometimes when you got a partner with you, they're not as focused in on the game as you are. And you don't have as much success. But then, like, sometimes when you're just by yourself, you have some of the most successful hunting and fishing trips, and you're there to experience it all by yourself with nobody to share it with. And so I wonder, is being alone and being successful almost kind of like a hand-in-hand kind of thing? I think about the success of this channel, which I don't even really feel like. People tell me all the time, man, I'm so happy for the success of your YouTube channel. And I think to myself, man, is it even successful? I mean, I started the channel off with a used iPhone 6 that I bought for $100 and borrowed Wi-Fi in order to upload videos. That's how I started this channel, and I really haven't done anything else to advance it. Like, I do the videos the same way that I did when I started. How is it a successful channel? But then I think I was on my own the entire time. Like, other than borrowing the Wi-Fi, I didn't have anybody to really, like, roll the topics over. Like, my family, I would talk with them a little bit about the topics of the video, but pretty much I was sitting by myself, reading articles, coming up with an idea, and then coming out here and putting it out on video. And so, yeah, maybe being alone was the reason why the channel was so successful, was to, focus in on those articles by myself without any interruption from anybody else. And I think about, like, the success that I see from other people. Like, some of the most successful people I see, I don't really see them having a whole lot of friends. Like, I don't even know if they have any friends. Sometimes I wonder, do they? Like, maybe they're all alone. So I come across this article talking about this very topic, and I realize it's not just me. This is something that's happening, and it happens throughout, all of society here. And so I think, man, what is it that's, has men disconnected from society, from their friends, from, even forming new friendships? Why is that? Is it something that's, like I said, is it instinctual? Do they feel like if they were to make this connection with other people and go and experience things, is it taking from the family somehow? Because, a man is judged by their family. Like, a lot of people don't realize that. I don't know how many people out there look at it that way, but I do. Like, when you look at a man and you're thinking, I'm going to judge you, I look over at your family. How well is your family taken care of? Because if your family's well taken care of, you can be a pretty, you don't have to be the greatest person. But if you're taking care of your family really well, then, everything can be kind of swept aside. But if you're a jerk and your family's not taken care of, then you're worthless. You're absolutely worthless. You're very much judged on the way you take care of your family. And so I wonder, is it sometimes being successful means that you have to sacrifice? You sacrifice everything that you do for the family, for the success of that, to make sure that they are well taken care of. And if you do anything outside of that, then you're taking away from that. That may not be a fact, but it may be, something that is in your head, or, like I said, somehow instinctual in you. I think about this a lot because I've recently made a connection with an old friend, and I tell you, it felt good to talk with somebody from your past. That's not something that, everybody has. Like, you don't get that when you meet somebody new. You don't have a connection to your past. You get to tell them about your past. But there's another one where it says, remember that time. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh, wow, yeah, I do remember that time. That only comes from somebody from your past. So after making the connection, I realized, man, I really enjoyed that connection, that feeling, of memories and stuff from, like, long ago. And so I reached out to a few other people just to see, who might respond. And a couple of people did. And I tell you, it felt really good, and they were thankful, for me reaching out to them and saying hello asking them how their family's doing, how they're doing. Other people didn't respond at all, and it makes me wonder why. I mean, is this something that's like this anti-social thing that's developed, that trying to reconnect with somebody after a long time is just like, it feels strange and uncomfortable, not really wanting to do it? Do they feel that maybe they've been cheated so many times in their life that, maybe there's some kind of thing happening there where they want something taken from them, or something's going to be taken from them? I don't know. Like, there's some kind of fear involved. I think about that, like, why is it that that people would be so afraid to make that reconnection? Or are they afraid? Or maybe they just not wanting to. Like, they realize that having friends is just too much of a burden for them or something. Or just even knowing people. So, I guess, the idea of this video is that I know that I've talked with a lot of people who seem to be very successful in their life, and yet tell me that they feel so poor because they don't have that connection with people. They're on their own, and everything is provided for them, but yet they have nobody calling them and asking them how they're doing and how their day is. So I don't know about you, but I'm looking forward to trying to make a connection with somebody from my past. It seems kind of almost in the sense of like odd or creepy to try and, find somebody from your past to talk with again. But I think they're probably looking forward to it if you ever get the opportunity to do something like that for them. So anyway, just wanted to leave that link down in the description for you guys. Kind of talk a little bit about what I felt, from reading that article and having the conversation with my family just recently. And, just some of the ideas of what I feel is going to be coming into the future after kind of becoming having this awareness of that it's not just me feeling this, and that it's actually something that is going through society right now. So anyway, let's look at some of the stuff that people have sent me. So, like, it's weird, right? I mean, having like, putting out a video and being able to say like, 1,000 people have looked at it inside of an hour, but yet feeling like, there's nobody out there who will ever come by and say, hey man, what's up? How you doing? And having that connection to you from the past, like they know who you are. Strange, right? All right, let's read the mail. Sorry guys, kind of an odd video. Let's go. So this, if I'm reading this right, it's from Ventura, which is really cool, r2m.com. Which I tried looking that up, and I didn't quite understand what it was that I was looking at there, because it didn't seem like it was really a website, but maybe it is. I don't know. Reverttomeans.com. Oh, okay. All right, so a few more stickers here. All right. It says, hi Simon, been follower some time. Love your channel and your openness and honesty. Great topics and gets one chuckling sometimes. All right, keep it up. And for the stickers of my newer YouTube, have a good day, bro. Jared. Well, thank you so much. So yeah, go check that one out. Really appreciate it, guys. Let's see, what's in this one here? So this is from Vegas? North Las Vegas? All right. What this is funny. Let me show you what he sent me. Let me open this up so you guys can see it better. What these are these little, it must have just been driving them nuts, but what these are, they're little upholstery fasteners. And so the idea is that you take it and you spin it in. The only problem is I don't know if the insulation is quite thick enough. Oh, maybe it is. Ta-da. All right, man. Thank you very much. I will pin the rest of this up here in just a minute. So thank you. All right. So out of the very few people who I can actually call my friend, this one I feel is from my friend, which I'm pretty sure I know what this is. Yeah, I know what this is. So my house comes with a flagpole. Oh, where's that? There we go. Alright, got the Jolly Roger. Right on, brother. Thank you so much. I'm going to run that thing up there right now. Okay, strange video for you guys, I know, but I thought it would be a good one to cover. Uneducated Economist, you guys let me know.